In this video today, I'm going to be talking about how to have an abundance mindset and crush your scarcity mindset and live a life of freedom. I'm going to talk about what is an abundance mindset, the difference between an abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset, and 5 ways to go from a scarcity to abundance mindset. Hey gorgeous, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and this channel is all about mastering your money mindset and your abundance mindset so that you can live a full and thriving life of freedom. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video and go live. And if you did want more from me, be sure to download my free Intune Rituals workbook, which will walk you through the many different exercises to tap into your higher self. I'll link that one in the description below for you. Let's first dive in by what it means by abundance mindset. If you've seen my other videos on affirmations and how to create affirmations, which I've linked in the description as well for you, you'll know that I've talked about our thoughts and how we have about 40,000 to 55,000 or so thoughts per day. Now, that's a lot of thoughts to have in one day. It's so important to become aware of the types of thoughts we are having. And I have a question for you. How often do you pay attention to your thoughts? There's a quote that goes, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." And your thoughts are going to be one of 2 types of thoughts. But since I'm covering abundance mindset in particular right now, to have an abundance mindset simply refers to the paradigm that there is plenty out there for everybody. Rather than viewing the world as this person has more than me, and that means they took from me and my abundance, being confident in your abundance means is that you see that there is always more than enough and plenty for every single person on this planet. And yes, that means you too. An abundance mindset can help us relieve our fears and anxieties in these uncertain times, where we feel secure and confident about what we already have, whether that's enough food or enough knowledge. We're channeling an abundance mindset. Another way of looking at this phenomenon is in terms of a scarcity mentality versus abundance mentality, which is what I'll cover next. A scarcity mentality is what keeps many of us from achieving our goals. There is such a scarcity mentality in corporate environments, for example. Like promotions and raises are far and few between. There are not enough women on our leadership team or boards, and we're constantly in competition with similar businesses. And honestly, it's quite a crap show when you feel like you're constantly trying to climb ladders just to hold onto a position as if it's the only one in the world. Another great example of this is the events of last year, like people scrambling for the last roll of toilet paper, the last bottle of hand sanitizer, the last box of pasta or can of beans, just when days before the shelves in stores across the country were stocked full of them. And honestly, I totally get it, as fear of the unknown can cause us to think with a scarcity mindset. And a scarcity mindset is the belief that there will never be enough, resulting in feelings of fear, stress, anxiety. But is this honestly the way that you want to see the world? Now, before I dive into the 5 ways to go from a scarcity mindset to a more abundance mindset, I want to give you some examples of the difference between the two, as while abundance is often associated with money, it's not limited to financial thoughts. It shows up in every thought that you think. So thoughts you have might be like, things aren't going my way. Why is this happening to me? Which can lead to even more fearful scarcity thoughts. So here are some clear examples for you. When it comes to filing your taxes, a scarcity mindset would say something along the lines of, I don't know why I'm paying my taxes. The government is just taking my money. Whereas an abundance mindset would say, I'm glad I can contribute to the community and city where they put my dollars into making this city a more beautiful place. Quite simply, scarcity says, why is this happening to me? Whereas abundance says, what is here for me? The next question is, if you're experiencing or becoming more aware that some of your thoughts might be coming from a scarce place rather than an abundant place, how can you make the shift to start creating more abundant thoughts and in turn, an abundant life? Here are my top 5 tips to do so. 1, look for the lesson in every situation that didn't have our desired outcome. When we feel things aren't going our way, it's so easy to get caught up in a scarcity mindset. Things like, I can't believe this is happening to me, or I'll never get ahead. But I really want you to think about a lesson that you can learn from that situation. How can you use the situation to grow and develop and be ready for the better thing that's on its way anyways? You might feel bummed in the present moment, and it's totally okay to feel the feels as long as you don't let them consume you and take over your true essence and identity. And it's always tricky to see the lesson in the moment, which is why you will often see them as you start connecting the dots looking back on the event. But in the moment of the outcome, you will be far better off looking at the lesson right then and there if you can. 2, believe you are enough. Self-worth is a huge component of believing you are enough, and so often from the past conditioning and stories that have been told have led us to believe we're not good enough or smart enough, which in reality we are all equal, we all deserve, and it's our birthright to have the things that we desire in our lives. This can only happen when we have an unshakable sense of self-worth. Now, when you have thoughts of scarcity, it is so easy to see everything from this place of not enough, whether it's not enough education, not enough purpose, not enough looks, whatever it might be. But when you shift your thoughts to believe that you are so worthy, it will help you develop an abundance mindset. Now, if you have trouble with believing that you're worthy because others are suffering, please just remember everyone is worthy because they all just truly are. Surround yourself with people that have an abundance mindset. This one is so important that I just cannot stress this enough. This is part of the reason why I have this channel, a podcast, an Instagram that I've linked in the description, because I want this to be a space where you can see the glass half full rather than half empty. Other people's attitudes really do rub off on you, and if those minds are coming from a scarce place, you will need to counteract that to make bigger changes in your life. As Tony Robbins says, the quality of a person's life is most often a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer group. Now, I literally felt this when I was filming for my coach a few weeks ago at one of his events, and just being around him for a few hours, I was buzzing from the conversations that we got to have together. And a great indicator as to whether you're in the right groups of people is to simply check in with yourself at the end of the interaction. Do you feel more energized and inspired, or do you feel drained? Now, if you feel drained and even worse about your situation than before, then you might need to start searching for other people living the life that you aspire to. Incorporate gratitude into your daily life. This one is so big, guys. According to Oprah Winfrey, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. And you simply cannot be sad while being grateful at the same time. It's just not possible. You just can't. So practicing gratitude is one of the most widely recognized methods for improving one's overall well-being. And it also impacts the overall experience of happiness, and the effects tend to be long-lasting. And the best way to practice this is to simply write down 5 things that you're grateful for each and every single day. Or even keep a gratitude journal. Whatever works for you, it doesn't have to be huge. These things don't have to be elaborate. You can include even the simplest things that you might take for granted every day. Things like the comfort of your mattress, the air that you get to breathe, the sun being out, anything and everything. Now, train your mind to recognize the possibilities. An abundance mindset allows you to see more in your life, more options, more choices, and more resources. The mind can only absorb so much information, so if you constantly tell yourself that it's impossible, then any other supporting beliefs will get thrown out. And it will be a challenge at first to gain the awareness of expansion and possibilities, but it's definitely doable. And a great question to ask yourself is, if I had all the time and money in the world and I knew I couldn't fail, what would I be doing? Questions like that will help you to open your mind up to what's really possible. What you focus on expands, and what you believe is what you'll receive. So to wrap up this video, remember to look for the lesson, believe you are enough, surround yourself with people that have an abundance mindset, incorporate gratitude, and train your mind to recognize the possibilities. That's it for this video, and as always, please leave us a comment which was your favorite piece of advice. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.